so after criticizing Will Smith for his Oscar outburst, Twitter is now slamming Jim Carrey, calling him a hypocrite. I love this story. After footage from the 1997 MTV Movie Music Awards resurfaced, showing Jim smooch a then 20-year-old Alicia Silverstone without her consent, Twitter also remembered this moment from the same night where Jim Carrey tried to, quote, forcefully kiss Will Smith. Carrey hasn't commented on the footage, but this all comes following his surprise announcement yesterday that he'll probably retire after the release of his latest film, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, I like this story, meaning in a cultural way, right? Because we're saying on day 5, people are like, get over this on the message board. Will Smith did what he did. Everyone get over it. But we want to go back 25 years for someone who criticized someone about this exact same event in real time and cancel them for what they did.
Yeah, because he's talking out of 2 parts of his mouth, or I would have said a curse word.
But you want to forget something that happened not even a week ago. Let's not talk about that anymore and forget it. But on the same part of your mouth, you're saying let's go back 25 years and cancel what someone else did?
I'm saying it's hard for him to come out and talk about someone assaulting someone on stage when he himself sexually assaulted Alicia Silverstone, allegedly.
Yeah, you don't know that wasn't a bit?
People think that she might have had consent. Watch after this kiss. She pushes away here, and watch this. Keep watching her.
Watch her face.
Watch her face. Ready? See?
Yeah.
I was not comfortable with that. And I also think that it's totally a double standard for him to have called out Will Smith when he himself had done that himself. And I'm not saying cancel Jim Carrey. I'm just saying let's call a hypocrite a hypocrite.
Go ahead, Al. Sorry.
No, because it's not that it's a hypocrite. First of all, 1996, in terms of 2022 standards, that could have been 100 years ago. In terms of how
But
people
then don't
spoke.
come out and go and Gayle King.
But also, that's the problem, Tori. I don't think it's canceling. I think that's the wrong word. I think it's silencing. Because you can't cancel Jim Carrey. He's got whatever you call that money, and he's retiring. So you can't cancel him, but you can silence him, and you can silence anybody with whataboutism. So if I go, hey, Jeff, dude, you're taking up 2 parking spaces in the parking lot, and it's tight in there, so if you could not, Tori brings, she parks her car, like you can always go, what about, and now we're not getting to the issue, which is just, hey, scoot your car over. And it's a way to deflect a difficult conversation by saying you're not so perfect. So running footage from 1996 does nothing to discuss this situation right here.
I hear you guys, and I know what you're saying,
but
I also have to say that he chose to voluntarily go on Gayle King to talk about the spinelessness of Hollywood and about the horrendousness of Will Smith when he knew that not that long ago he had done something really similar. He didn't have to go on Gayle King and put himself out there.
But first of all, I think he's promoting a movie, not going on Gayle King to say, hey, I have something to say.
Okay.
I think they asked him a question during an interview about his new movie. So I don't think he pulled a special.
We're all familiar with Sonic 2, all right? So
listen,
don't disrespect.
Listen, real talk, my kids are pumped about this movie.
Okay, cool.
They fell into Sonic somehow, and they
love it.
My kids have loved Sonic and I can't believe how much it resonates.
It's a hedgehog?
Yes.
Huh.
What else? No. What animal did you think it was?
Like a Tasmanian devil.
Okay, but somebody's already done that.
Yeah,
There's already
and it
been
is Sonic.
Do you think there was going to be 2?
The hedgehog.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
great.
A good point.
But I mean, I will say this. I do think it's a silencing issue, and I will say this, Tori. I wonder if any comedy from 1996 has aged well.
Dude, you didn't go up and assault. Like, that was really wrong.
But I think he was trying to be funny. It was wrong, of course.
I know, of course it's wrong. So don't come out and say what you have to say so boldly when you know yourself you've done it.
Okay, but here's the thing. We just put these labels, and I always go to here, to silence people. That's what people want. They want people silenced. Go away because you're making a strong point against somebody that I really love and I really care about. That's what's going on in society.
I'm saying go away because you're being hypocritical.
You're exactly right.
So
but
he can't speak?
No, he can't. But
to not be able to have an opinion about something ever because of something that you did in your past that at that time was perfectly acceptable, whether we look at it back now and say that was disgusting 25 years ago, in the time, no one blinked an eye. Okay, nobody blinked an eye. Nobody's perfect. I don't know why we think that there's going to become this perfect person from birth to 50 and not have a blemish in their past.
I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking
to have that blemish and then label them homophobic, racist, every single label that you want to put on them silences them and prevents them from having some sort of future and their family future. Or some sort of.
It prevents conversation.
But it also prevents you, Al, to grow as a person. If you're silencing me now, how am I going to support my family now? If you're going to put all these labels and tarnish my reputation because I'm coming after someone because I said something about Will Smith, who you love, but I said it's wrong. Now you're coming after my character?
I'm not silencing anyone. I'm just calling out a hypocrisy when I see it. I don't think that's so wrong in this day and age, in a pop culture moment, when two things were so alike, to have him call out one and not himself. I'm not silencing him. I'm not trying to cancel him or call him an assaulter. I'm saying he assaulted someone on that stage, according to me, and he hypocritically spoke about Will Smith. I'm not allowed to say that now?
I will just
How dare you call him an assaulter?
I know, I heard that too. Okay, we have to move on before the week kills us.
Okay.
All right, whatever. I think it's a great conversation, and it's okay.